Oh, hello everybody. So today this video is just totally spontaneous, but it's a topic it's not too spontaneous because I'd thought about it a while. But so I think the title of this will be Should You Use Classical Nylon Guitar Strings on a Western Dreadnought steel string type guitar? I don't think it's going to be having all of those words in it, but you got the basic idea if you know what I'm talking about. So the argument against using it would be that if you have these nylon strings, they're not as loud as steel strings, but a classical guitar it's designed to project sound better and more loudly, so it amplifies these classical nylon type strings better, so you get the right type of sound with that type of string. A Western guitar, because steel strings are louder already, the Western guitar doesn't need to be amplifying those so much. So then the drawback theoretically would be that when you put these nylon strings on your steel string guitar, your Western Dreadnought type shape guitar, that it won't be as loud. Well, my argument to that is, guitars are so loud anyway. I mean, you're always worrying about disturbing somebody or even damaging your own hearing over time. So if it's a little bit less loud, I don't think that's a problem at all, really. There's even probably something you could buy to mute your guitar, at least partially, so that, the noise of it won't be a problem. So as long as you can hear it well enough while you're playing and enjoy it for your own self, I don't think that's a problem. And, if you're going to be doing some recording, I mean, unless it's a music video, people can't see what kind of setup you've got with your guitar and strings. So you can just adjust the amplification and, sound different ways, tone, bass, whatever, in the final rendition or whatever, to make it sound whatever way you want, more or less. So I don't think anybody's really going to know what kind of strings and guitar you're using. I mean, they might if they're a really expert listener. Well, I know some people can tell what kind of aircraft is flying overhead just by the sound of it, or they could. But so basically then, I wouldn't really worry. I think because see, I just want to say, why am I even bringing this up? Well, I used to have a classical guitar, and by the way, I've played it with both steel strings and nylon strings, but steel strings put a lot more tension on the neck, and because a classical guitar does not have a truss rod, it will tend to, the neck will tend to warp and bend more than it should if you use steel strings. But I use them anyway. But now I have this Western Dreadnought guitar, but an advantage of using the classical nylon strings, if you haven't been playing the guitar much and you don't have your calluses developed on your fingers, on your fingertips and everything, well, if you're using nylon strings, they're not quite as hard as cutting into your skin as the steel strings are. So it's a good transitional type of string, and it's easier to play, I think. There's a number of advantages of using the nylon strings. They're fun. They're a lot of fun, really. If you're just playing for your own pleasure, your own self, I don't think it's a big deal. You can just play anything that you would with steel strings. I mean, it doesn't really matter as far as I know. But so that's the topic. It just came off the top of my head, and we're almost 4 minutes into the video. But my workouts have been going really well. I got in a workout a little while ago, and it's late. I would say it's probably after 2 in the morning, early Tuesday. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out. Thanks for checking in. Have a super great time.